What's going on, North Texas barbecue addicts? This is episode 1 of a series that I'm going to be coming to y'all with, and it's going to be all on the Hurtado Smokebox. I recently got my hands on one and I've been getting used to it. This is the very first barbecue cook video that I'm putting out. Now, I have grilled on it and things like that just to get used to it, but I made a post on North Texas Barbecue Addict Facebook group. What kind of cooks do y'all want to see on the Smokebox? And beef ribs was one of the main ones, so that's what I'm going to start with, but I'm going to bring a lot of videos to y'all on this Hurtado Smokebox. I'll have the information down below in the description box. We're smoking Dino beef ribs today from Six Brothers Beef Company. These are going to look awesome on that smoker, I have no doubt about it. But first, let's get out to the smoker and talk about the fire. Alright y'all, so hopefully y'all can see this, but I've got a chimney of Kingsford Blue in there that was fully lit. And I already had about a chunk in there from my last cook, about this size, that's already rolling in there. I'm going to toss 2 more in, and we're going to try and get our temperature to maintain around 260 to 300 degrees. Brandon said that's the best temperature he thinks for this cooker. It's its comfort zone. It's set it and forget it situation. I'm really looking forward to seeing how these beef ribs turn out. I know y'all were asking too, so I'm going to let this regulate a little bit, and when they do, or when the grill does I should say, we'll go ahead and get in the kitchen and get these beef ribs seasoned up while that's happening. So let's get in the kitchen, get these dino bones seasoned up from Six Brothers Beef, and then by that time this cooker should be ready to rock. Alright guys. Alright, so we got our beef ribs out of package. This is what they look like. Again, these are from Six Brothers Beef Company. Huge dino bones, guys. This is looking awesome. We're going to go ahead and get this fat cap off though, so our seasoning will stick better. So just gotta take a nice sharp knife and trim away at it just like you would a fat cap of a brisket. Get yourself a paper towel if it helps. Hold on to it and just kind of work your way as close to the fat line as you can. This is a good looking rack of beef ribs right here. There we go. As you can see, this is what I'm doing, just trying to get rid of this silver skin and fat cap. That's not going to make for a good bite on our beef ribs, so we're going to go ahead and take that off. Now, I have cooked them without removing it, and they do still turn out good, but this is just going to make sure we get a more consistent bark and get our rub on there better. So I'm going to clean these up, and I'll be right back with y'all when we're seasoning them up, and then we'll get them onto the cooker. Alright guys, so we've got our beef ribs all trimmed up. Now you can see there's still some fat right here. That's going to render out during the cook, but I wanted to make sure we got that silver skin off and the other fat that wouldn't. So this is looking good to me. I've got some salt, pepper, garlic mixed up in here. I would say it's about 40% salt and the rest of it's made up of the pepper and the garlic. So that's what we're going to put on our beef ribs, and we're going to go heavy because we're looking for that Texas style bark and flavor on these beef ribs. We're using that Hickory out there by the smoker, or on the smoker I should say. Now this is going to be perfect for these dino bones. Again, I'll have Six Brothers information down below in the description box. I know a lot of people on the group were always saying it's hard to find good dino beef ribs. They consistently have them, so check them out. Don't need a whole lot of seasoning on the backside there, but I do want to put a little bit. We do want to get our edges. Man, the smoker is rolling about 305 degrees right now, so while this sweats in nicely on our beef ribs, by that time it should regulate. I'm okay about 290 or 300 even. I just want to lower it up a little bit. So that's what we're looking like. Maybe we'll reapply a little bit more before we put it on, but I'm gonna let this sweat in, and next time I see y'all, we'll get it onto the cooker. Alright guys, so we're rolling about 390 right now. The temperature will die down a little bit as we cook. Here's our beef ribs right here. Let's go ahead and open up the smoke box. We got that Hickory rolling. We got all deflector plates in right now as well. There we go. That's what it's looking like. Since it is running hot, I'm going to check on these in an hour, and we're going to keep trying to regulate our temperature and get it down to about 300 to 260 degrees. I'll see y'all back in an hour. Alright guys, so we've been rolling for an hour, and we're regulated to about 285 degrees. That's what the beef ribs are looking like currently. Starting to get a little pullback, starting to get some nice juices rolling. I do want to let y'all know I went ahead and spread out all the coals to get a more consistent lower temperature, and that's how we got to that 285 degrees. And then I added another chunk of hickory. So we're rolling good. I'd say we'll check on these in an hour then, and we might start spritzing. So I'll see y'all back then. So we're at the 2 hour mark now, and it's smelling good. I did add some more hickory chunks. Brandon recommended to run this on hickory chunks. Now he does use a bamboo charcoal type product for running his, but I'm using Kingsford. This color is looking really awesome. I'm really close to having my bark set, but I'm still getting some of that seasoning on my finger here. This fat's starting to get soft and render out. This is that chunk where I said we didn't want to get too heavy with trimming it because it will render. This is all looking good. We're getting some juices to collect, getting nice pullback, nice color. I'm gonna let that go for 30 more minutes, and I'll say that's when we'll start spritzing. So I'll bring y'all back then. All right, guys, so it's been 30 minutes longer. It's smelling good, looking really good. Let's see here, can y'all see that? There we go. So let's go ahead and get a temperature reading. We are back up to right under 300 degrees. I've been adding wood chunks as I've needed to. We're at 167 in that area right there, right over 170 in that area. Smelling awesome, got some good pullback, great color. I did mix up a little bit of a spritz. This is about 10% Worcestershire and 90% water. I don't want to get anything too salty because all we're doing is salt, pepper, garlic on here. So really just to enhance a little bit of flavor, and that's it. There we go. We're still rolling really good. I'm really impressed the way this is maintained temperatures between 260, 300. Like I told y'all, that's what Brandon said was the comfort spot. So here we are rolling around 295. So I'll check with y'all, I'd say in about maybe an hour, hour and a half, and we'll see how we're looking then and go from there. I'll catch back up with y'all. All right, y'all, let's check on these ribs here. Smelling really good. There we go. And I've got about, I'd say 3 more chunks of hickory in there getting lit right now to keep us rolling. What I want to do now is wrap these beef ribs. Let's go this way. I want to wrap these beef ribs in a boat, foil boat method here. People have been doing stuff like this, I know, to get better bark and also still get a little bit of steam action because the bottom is covered, and then also obviously to protect the bottom as well. So we're going to try that out today. I've honestly never done this, so we'll check it out together. There we go. Just like that. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and spray it with our spritz here. Remember, 10% Worcestershire and 90% water. We're going to go ahead and shut this down, and we'll check on it in an hour, and we'll check the temperature. All right, we're humming right around 300 degrees. Ooh-wee. Look at that beautiful colored bark we're getting. I have spritzed about 2 times now, so in between last time we checked on it, do one more time here. Remember, if you're fast forwarding or just getting to this point, the spritz is made up of 10% water, or I'm sorry, 10% Worcestershire, 90% water. Ooh, we're getting real close. That almost went in like butter. 165, 182, 198. So we're anywhere from the mid 160s to 190s. So that's what you got to do. You got to pay attention to all the points in it. Now we want to make sure that biggest point gets good and tender. Everything needs to be probing like butter. And then of course, since this smaller area doesn't have as much intermuscular fat, that's going to take a little bit as well. So we like to probe right about in the middle is the one I'm paying attention to the most, and we're at about a 176. So I'm going to shut this down, and next time I see y'all, this will have got to about 203 degrees internal and rested for probably an hour or two, and we'll slice into it and give it a try. Alright y'all, and after we reached around 200 degrees internal, this is what we have. Now y'all know we put it in the foil boat, and now they've rested not as long as I'd like them to. We're gonna let them rest a little bit longer still, but I am gonna slice into these just for time's sake. So we'll slice into the smallest one. We got some good membrane still here, it's still holding together. This one's almost out, but so far so good with that foil boat method. Let's go ahead and cut down the beef rib here. Check that out. First cook, as far as a low, slow smoke or a barbecue session goes on the Hurtado smoker. So this is what it looks like right here, guys. Still got good membrane on there. That fat's rendered well. Look how juicy that is. Jeez. All right, let's go ahead and slice this right off the bone. These dogs are wanting a little bit of it, I can tell you that. Watch out, brisket. No sir, no sir. Now I have a heat glove on under this, but look how juicy that beef rib is. Let's slice into it. Oh yeah, that's tender as could be. Like butter. This is gonna be awesome. Let me show you the smoke ring from this piece here. Look at that. That looks awesome. All right, let me get this camera turned around and we'll give it a try. All right, gang, just like that, we've got some awesome smoked beef ribs. Look how juicy that is. Remember, our spritz was 10% Worcestershire, 90% water, and we seasoned this with salt, pepper, garlic, and we were smoking with Hickory and Kingsford Blue. This looks as tender as could be. As far as the very first smoke goes on the Hurtado Smokebox, everything went good. You know, you need to manage the fire a little bit here and there by adding chunks, but I mean, that's what barbecue's about. It's a lot of fun. So enough talk, guys. Let's give it a shot. Wow, man, you got a good smoke flavor. You got that awesome rub, that salt, pepper, garlic that we put on it. This is as tender as could be. That is some really good beef. Again, check out Six Brothers Beef Company. I'll also have the Hurtado Smokebox information down below in the description box. We got a decent smoke ring on it. It's tender. I'm never gonna be mad at a tender beef rib and salt, pepper, garlic. So I appreciate y'all for hanging out. Until next time, peace! Y'all keep on barbecuing. Cheers, y'all.